Hey everybody, welcome back to Women Carry Knives. We are going to take a look at the Kunwu Pulsar, and this has been a very fun knife. Actually took this out of my husband's collection, Therapeutic Edge, and had to start carrying this. So because of my job, I'm not usually allowed to carry knives. If I do, it has to have the blade that fits within the palm of my hand. It cannot go any further than that. This one would be one that I cannot carry at work. As you can see, the blade is over. I could lie and just be like, well, hey, you know, look, it fits in the palm. But no, it's not going to work. Have I carried it otherwise? Absolutely. So I've carried it on the weekends. I need a cloth to wipe this off. I've carried it on the weekends. I have carried it when I'm at home. So I am home a couple days a week. So I do get to carry whatever I want on those days, obviously, because I'm not having to worry about it. This one is the Pulsar. Now, you can get this in several different versions. You can get the red, blue, or camo Damascus G10 on the handle. This happens to be the orange peel one. The Damascus G10 ones are $179. They have a diamond textured one, which is diamond textured titanium. That's $239. And then you have a carbon fiber one that's $219. So this one is the orange peel one. This is $229. It is a fantastic knife. It is very fidgety. It will also take your finger off if you're not careful. So this is something that you know, when playing with it, absolutely need to be very careful with it. It is a large knife. So I will do a couple of comparisons to show you, but if we're looking at this alone here, you're looking at over 7.5 inches. Not, you know, not super high, but just over 7.5. Not quite 7 3/4. I mean, you're close to it. Your blade length, total blade length, is going to be just over 3 1/4 inches. Your cutting edge is going to be about 3 inches. So that is a really good size, in my opinion. Closed length. Closed length, you're looking at about 4 1/4 inches. And your handle is, sorry, don't tell them I dropped it. Your handle is going to be about a 1/2 inch thick. So that is pretty good. It is a nice chunk. I'm really loving this. They say this is right hand only, but in looking at it, it looks like it's ambidextrous to me. And because this is also, the blade steel is Elmax, it is considered a drop point with a fantastic belly on it. I do love that. And you do have a gorgeous satin finish. You can see that. Beautiful. And then you have this kind of what they call the crossbar lock, which is really nice. I love it because you are able to just flip it out and drop it down. Like I said, this is just so much fun in so many ways. You can sit here and play with it. Or you can see there, it actually says it. Pulsar on the screen. Or not on the screen, on the blade. And then Elmax steel. Kunwu has some pretty darn good knives. I do like what they're doing. This one's been fantastic. It feels great in hand. I love that you can hold it back here and you can see. I think we said this before. When we measured it, my hand width is like 4 inches. Across, do I have a tape measure here? Diagonally, so depending on which way you do it, and we'll show you like this. So you're looking at about 4 inches, 3 inches across. Diagonally, you're looking at about 4 inches, okay? So, like I said, the actual length of the handle is 4 1/4 inches. So if I'm holding this diagonally, I'm holding it very comfortably. I can even get back here. I still have room. This is really good for large hands. If you want to choke up on it, you absolutely can. You have this fantastic jimping, just enough to be able to choke up on it really well. And for those of you that have larger hands, or maybe you just want a bigger grip when you have smaller hands, you can really choke up on this. This is all around. I have just been loving this knife. There hasn't been any that have come through my hands recently that I have not liked. Maybe aesthetically, maybe there's something about it that it's just not pleasing to the eye, but I haven't really found any of those lately. Like I said, I mean, I've just been in love with all the ones that have come through. Weight-wise, let's take a look at this weight-wise. Let's see what our weight is on this one. I want to see your hand on this one, Therapeutic. Hang on, though. We're going to weigh it first. Okay, so weight-wise, in ounces, we are looking at 4.4 ounces. For those of you that like grams, 126 grams. So let's see what this looks like in your hand, because you have large hands. Okay, not... I thought you were going to do that.
I don't know. I think it's comfortable. Right?
It's good for large hands and for small hands.
This is not a small knife.
No, it's not.
No.
And you can choke up on it too. So for me, that's really good.
Yep. I have 5 or 6 Kunwu designs. I think this is probably...
This is my favorite.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Well, the Gringo is really good, but this is surprising. Like, I didn't expect this.
But this, for a large knife, this has got to be my favorite. Okay, I've got to show you guys some size comparisons. So let's take a look at it with the Hogue Deca. So I don't know why I don't consider the Deca to be a large knife. I just don't. Well, I know, but this Kunwu is about the same size, right? But the Kunwu, this one, Pulsar feels a lot more, feels larger to me. And I think part of that is the thickness of it and the weight of it, you know, because the Deca is obviously a very light knife, right? Let's go with the Pyrite. And there you go with the Pyrite. I love that blade. So you're, you know, not much larger. You're talking about a 1/4 inch on that one. All right, let's take a look at it next to our Ritter Hogue. Now, the Ritter Hogue I consider large. So this one, even though it's not the same, I mean, it's, you know, it's pretty close. But to me, it feels like a larger knife, a large knife. And, you know, again, probably partially because I have smaller hands. And lastly, Therapeutic, we're going to take a look at it next to... This is a good size comparison, too.
The PM2 or the President, I couldn't see from over here. Oh, yeah, that's the President.
Yeah. He was doubting my ability. All right, so kind of just gives you a look at it size-wise, some size comparisons there just to see. And I tried to give you a whole bunch of different types just to give you an idea. I don't know. There's something about it. Okay, so here's the thing. This one is not one that I can stick in my pocket. It is a deep carry, as you can see. I don't know why I keep putting that paper away. It is a deep carry, so you're not worried about it sticking out of your pocket. For me, though, because it is so much longer, if I'm not wearing my men's jean, sometimes in the pocket, even diagonally, this can be too much. So this is one that's definitely a waistband carry for me because it is so long. It's just not a good ladies pocket knife. That's not even how I want to say it. It's not good for the ladies' jeans pockets. Back pocket carry, absolutely. Front pocket, not so much. There's very few jeans that women's pockets are actually large enough for anything more than a 1/4. It's terrible. It's really terrible. But this Kunwu, like I said, I love the orange peel. It's giving you enough grip on it. Not that much, but just enough that you're not going to lose your grip. You know, like I said, you can choke up on it. For me, to be able to really choke up on it, whatever I'm doing, what I need to do, gives me a lot more, and I'll just put my full hand in there so you can see. It just feels a lot safer to me. And it's depending on what I'm doing, though. So fidget factor on this one is fantastic. Again, very drop shutty, which just drops right down. Watch your fingers with this one. It's fantastic. For those of you that are lanyard freaks, go ahead and put your lanyard on there. Got yourself a little spot there. I don't know. I'm really happy with it. Your clip retention is really good without being overly tight. This is a fantastic knife. Kunwu's doing good things. And maybe one day I'll have to do a review of the Kunwu knives that we've got and just kind of put them all side by side and talk about them, or, who knows. But between changing jobs and going to school and everything, I've kind of been out of it. So I'm really having a lot of fun getting back into and doing reviews. It's been an absolute blast to be here and show you the review of this Kunwu Pulsar. Again, this one goes for about $229. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave it down in the comments section. And I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.